very many people print digital images for one reason or the other. I fell victim to that for many years. I have tons of digital photos. I guess it's because you're taking so many photos at any given time that it's almost overwhelming, and each photo loses value and importance. Whereas with film photography, every photo is calculated and every photo is well thought out. And also I end up with not as many images, which is actually a good thing, because now when I take a look at each photo, I can actually remember exactly when I took it. I can actually remember how I was feeling. I can remember the experience. I guess film photography involves a lot more of your senses. When you're actually perceiving the image, you're thinking about your subject, you're thinking about the lighting conditions, because you really can't afford to make a mistake. So I've been doing a lot of printing, guys, really enjoying the process. In the past, I have been printing in the darkroom, black and white printing with my enlargers. That experience is just amazing, so therapeutic. In the night when my kids are sleeping, I go downstairs in the basement in our other house and go in the dark room and just do some printing. I mean, I wouldn't trade that process for anything. Over here in this house, I don't have that option, but I do have a really nice printer, and I'll put the model right there. And this printer is actually quite professional, like you could use it for professional prints. And I've been lately doing a lot of printing with this printer. I wasn't sure how the image would turn out, but I must say that I've been very happy with the prints that I've been getting. So starting off, I was actually really worried about printing large 8x11 versions of my 35mm images, but I actually found out that they really actually could turn out very well, like this one here, which I took with my Canon AE1 camera. Compare it to a medium format image. This was taken with the Mamiya M645-1000S, and this image is one of my favorite of my wife. Just looks really crisp. I mean, take a look at the hair. I'm not sure if it would show, but you could literally see the strands of hair and the shine and the sheen on her hair over there. Just really, really nice. My children in their elements. It really shows their personalities, and I love it. I love it. These are my favorite photos, and just to have a physical copy of this capture, just, you can't put a price on it, guys. Look at this beauty. Look at my wife and all the colors. You know what, I was actually slightly disappointed, because as you can see from the digital version of this image right here, this photo actually didn't print out to be exactly as good as I hoped it would be, because it doesn't quite capture the glow on her face from the setting sun. This was actually in the fall. It does capture the fall colors quite well. This is a photo I actually took with a Hall frame camera, and I was really impressed at how it printed out. So I did a diptych, which is two images side by side to tell a story, and I did print both, right? And it turned out pretty good. I'm really happy about the way the colors popped in this image. Really, really happy with this. One of my favorite, absolute favorite photos of my son is this one right here, which I took with a Canon AE1 program, and I had given them these point and shoot cameras. So we were walking out together in the fall, and I was trying to encourage them to take photos, find anything interesting. So I loaded the cameras with film. They would just walk around and capture interesting things that they saw on our walk. That moment was so precious to me. And I still remember that moment. This is one of the captures that I took on that day. And like I said, shooting with film actually allows you to enjoy the moment a lot more, and actually to remember the moment a lot more, to actually pay attention to the moment a bit more. So this moment is registered in my brain right now. I remember exactly what we were doing. I remember where we were when I took this photo. And it means a lot to me. One day it'll mean a lot to my children as well. And I'm actually going to frame this today and put it on our wall in our house here. It was shot on 35mm film, and when I blew it up, it almost looks like a painting. And to be able to have it in physical form is amazing. No comments. A beautiful 35mm image that's blown up as well. And this just goes to show that, guys, you really can print 35mm images into an 8x11 format. Now look at this. I went out for a walk taking these photos. The colors just were so well represented. This is when we went to the West Edmonton Mall, and I saw this car parked there, and from the second floor of the mall I took this image of folks just admiring the car. Just another lovely image. This image I took in London. When I went to London in 2017, I was walking around taking photos. This was actually in the early stages of my film photography experience, and this is one of my favorite photos. This was shot with a Canon EOS 650 camera and 35mm film, and blown up to this size, and it looks really good. With my daughter, she was wearing these bright colors, this pair of glasses, and the beautiful shawl that she was wearing, and the brown on the building and the blue skies. It was such a perfect framing. It turned out really good, and my daughter was so happy to take this photo. It was such a great day. Yeah, just beautiful experience. That was the same day I took this photo as well of my son, and you can just see him, just a gentle soul. You can just see it in his eyes. And this was the other day when I went for a walk in the park. This is the one of my favorite parks to walk in, and just bright golden, orange and yellow leaves, just beautiful, and it printed really well. Looks pretty crisp. This is 35mm, and I'm quite amazed that I was able to print it, blow it up to this size, a digital print that looks so good. Celebrating Christmas in our old house, and my wife just picked up a gift card, and I just like the glow on her face, the happiness, and just the contrast in the colors. And it was actually quite dark in there, but and I did not use the flash on that day either. I just relied on, we have a bulb right up there that just, and there was one facing her that was shining some light, so it actually looked really good. And if you can see from how the background is blown up, I had to open up the aperture quite, I think, to the maximum just to be able to take this photo. But I was very happy with the results. This is one of the pictures that I actually really love. The contrast and the vibrancy of the colors. It's just, to me, this just demonstrates a mother's love. And just the green in the background, the bright colors. The colors are so well represented. And I took this image also with a Canon EOS 650 camera, one of my favorite automatic cameras. If you've watched my recent episode on expired film, which I will be putting up right there, you can add it to your playlist. I showed this image that I took on expired film. I just love it. I printed it out. It looks really good. So I'm gonna be framing this as well. This one is one that as I was walking in London in 2017, I just took this photo, and it's just folks sitting outside like a cafe, reading and just chatting and socializing. I thought it was such a beautiful scene. It was a great day, because before that it was rainy and wet for the most part of my time in London. But on this particular day, it was actually a clear day, no rain, so people just come out. Is what I noticed. When it's not raining, they take advantage of every little bit of the sun that they get. So it was quite a wonderful day walking outside, and I saw these guys and I just stopped and took this photo. I especially love the checkered pattern on these tablecloths, and just the general sense of relaxation that this picture conveys. I love taking photos of flowers and nature in general, and this is really one of my favorite photos. It's also a 35mm image, blown up to be this size, and it just looks amazing. I don't see any smears, any smudges. It actually looks really artsy, very artistic, because it's almost like a painting when you look at it in real life. Same with this one here. This is something that I'm actually going to be framing these and put them in my office. Actually, just beautiful photos. And one of my favorite photos of the Calgary Tower, shot on expired film, 35mm as well. I'm really happy to be able to print those images and just put them all over the house here. As you guys know, I did quite a bit of renovations in this house here. When you're taking photos, you are leaving it hopefully for posterity. I'm very confident that my film photos, with the backup of the negatives, will last for a lot longer than my digital images, because I do have digital images as well. I don't have that much confidence in them because I've actually lost quite a few hard drives in the last few years, and I just feel like, I probably will lose some of my digital images. I may lose some of my scans. It's happened. I've already lost a few of them, but I'm not too concerned because I still have my negatives. For you as well, I would encourage you guys to print your images. But if you're shooting film, just know that you can also get some amazing prints. Digital prints, albeit. Digital prints actually look pretty good. And I hope that you guys, those of you that want to get into film photography, this is the ultimate goal. This is what you want to get to. This is the stage you want to get to, actually having that physical print. That's the reward, right? And that's what you get for all your troubles. If you did enjoy this episode, guys, I hope you leave this video a like. And if you have not already subscribed, guys, I hope you do subscribe. And as always, guys, I hope you have a wonderful day and stay safe.